Hey, good day. We're really happy to be back with you again. It's exciting to us to find out that we have friends all over that visit with us every week by means of these videos. Friends in New York, in Mississippi, Alaska, Okinawa, university students who live right here in Tucson that don't come to church but still stay connected. And we're excited about all of that. This is what we learned from last week's video. We learned that Jesus says, I've come that you might have life and have it in all its abundance, rich, full, alive right now. And there are a bunch of us who are being robbed of the freedom of abundant life by credit card debt.
Yep.
By
Lots of
unplanned
people.
revolving debt. We didn't plan on it. We don't have anything to show for it. We're scared. We wake up at night with a knot in our stomach. It's like a huge loan. It's like a car loan or a good car loan. Except we didn't plan for it. We don't have a good car to show for it. We don't know what to do. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. There's got to be a way to find some freedom. Angie, do you have a small credit card goal for this holiday season? Because we know this, whatever situation you're in with your credit card now, it'll take some discipline for it not to get worse between now and January.
Right. This is the time of year when spend.
And that comes out of a good heart.
Absolutely. Yeah. We want to get good gifts for
I
everyone.
want to buy you something nice.
I know. I'm going to buy you something nice.
Thank you.
And I'm probably going to put it on a credit card.
Oh, no, Angie,
Yeah.
why?
Well, we buy a lot of our purchases, especially at Christmas time, are made online. It's just easier than having to go to the store and so to purchase something online, you have to purchase it with a credit card. You could do it with a debit card, but all conventional wisdom says don't do that.
It's not as safe.
Debit card doesn't offer you as many safety measures as your credit cards do. So we will make credit card purchases this Christmas. And here's the goal. Here is what will happen.
Okay.
I will not be paying for Christmas in July.
All right.
I'm going to pay off all of our Christmas purchases by December 31st.
Well, let's think about that, how that can happen, because I'm going to do the same thing. I bet my mom watches this week. Mom, I'm going to send you a really nice gift for Christmas, and I'm probably going to buy it online. Gifts for relatives, for my sister and her family, people that I love around the United States, because it's convenient. They can be delivered directly.
Right.
And
So you not only don't have to go to the store, you don't have to go to the post office
and
to
save,
mail
and save
things.
a bunch of money. But here is the deal. If you think of purchasing something with your credit card, if you think of that credit card as a short-term loan, you're doomed. Because when I think about getting a loan, I'm thinking about getting money that I don't have to spend on something. So let's think about credit card expenses this way. I am actually spending the money that moment. I am going to deduct it from my bank account the minute I punch send, and then it'll be taken care of, and then I can pay for it every month. Because if you don't, if it's a loan, you're spending money you don't have, and it is a dead-end street, and it adds up really fast. And no matter how much my mother will appreciate the beautiful holiday flowers I send so she can decorate as she invites people into her home, she's a great hostess over the holidays. If I don't have the money to pay for it, and I multiply that times 10 over several months, that's a lot of money, and there's nothing to show for it, and it's just not worth it. Please don't do it.
Well, here's another way that you can use your credit cards responsibly at Christmas time. Never, ever use one credit card to pay off another one. People do this all the time, and I know my credit card company makes it so easy. I get checks that I can write to anyone or anything, to another credit card, to a vendor. I can use those checks to pay off another credit card, and that is another downward spiral that you'll never get out of, and it's just disastrous. So never, ever, ever use one credit card to pay off another.
You know, at our house, we don't even open any of the mail from our credit card company except for the monthly bill.
Yeah.
I don't even read the offers because I'm not going to buy into them, because they only exist to get me to deepen my level of dependency on this card, and I'm simply not going to do it. So here's another hint. Always know what your credit card balance is, because if you don't, you're treating it like a loan. And we just said a few minutes ago, we never want to spend money that we don't have. And so if I know what my balance is, and my balance is $700, and I know that the balance I carry in my checking account is $500, I know I should have stopped yesterday. And I cannot spend till till I get some more money in the bank. So if you're not careful, it adds up. A $25 purchase here, that doesn't sound like much, but if you do it 10 times this week, or if you do it 5 times and your spouse does it 5 times, you don't even know about it. And so you've got to check that every day and know what it is.
Every day. It's really easy to check your balances. You can log into your credit cards and see what your balance is. You can make phone calls to your credit card company. You can have your personal finance software download your transactions so that you can really keep on top of that every single day. So at any point, anyone could ask you, what's your credit card balance? We won't ask that, but you could, and you could know. So another helpful hint for using credit cards is always pay your bill on the due date. That just keeps you from racking up all of those late fees, and if you continually make your payments late, then your credit is affected, and it's just, there's no reason for it, or there shouldn't be. If you're following these tips and using your credit card in a responsible manner, you want to pay that bill when it comes due.
And here are 2 other things that can be really helpful. If this is an ongoing problem for you, if you have to have a credit card, be sure that your credit limit on that card is very low. Don't let them bump it up. And if it's too high, call them right now. If you need one for some kind of specific purpose, call them now and tell them you want your limit to be $1,000 and that you can't spend any more than that no matter what.
Right.
And maybe an even better thing to do is, if this is an ongoing problem for you, go home now and cut it up and throw it away. And live with the inconvenience of going to the post office and mailing packages. That's not so bad.
Not compared to the weight you feel when your credit card's completely out of control and you can't pay it back.
So if your credit card's out of control, throw it away and quit using it. And if you have a tendency to do this thing, make sure that your credit limit is really, really low.
Yeah. So what's coming up in worship on Sunday?
We're talking about spending our money on what matters most. And one of the things that matters most to people of faith is our community of faith. So why would you give money to your church? And one of the things that we think about is this: our churches exist for the purpose of change lives. And so this week and next week in worship, we have some people that are going to share with us in some very specific and rather dramatic ways how they have, as adults, found a new relationship of freedom with Jesus Christ, and how their church community has nurtured that relationship. They're going to share that with us, and we're going to share some financial principles about what it means to keep our financial life in check and be able to have the freedom to contribute to this kind of community, so that we don't exist in an isolated state struggling with these things on our own. God cares about our money. Why? Because God cares about us, and our money's important, and it can be a great source of joy and freedom, or it can be devastating and ruin our lives. We want to be free. We want you to be too.
Absolutely. We look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Yeah, thanks. Have a really nice week. And if you don't live in Tucson, go to church somewhere. Thanks be to God.